The age of exploration and discovery has adopted its name in the mid to late 15th century due to Europeans who found interest to find new land. As a result, the sailors and their ships left what they called the Old World and adventured out on the vast green sea of darkness to find new lands and new worlds. The first ships that had partaken in this adventure of finding the New World were the Portuguese and the Spanish ships. Toward the end of the 15th century, the British, French, and Dutch ships joined the journey to discover a world they referred to as the Other World, but eventually called the New World. This map illustrates key figures and places during the age of exploration. Ferdinand Magellan was born in Sabrosa, Portugal in 1480 into a family of minor Portuguese nobility. In his younger years, at age 12, Magellan served as a page in Queen Leonora's court. At this time, a page was a young man's job of being a personal attendant of the queen. While at court, Magellan studied cartography, astronomy, and celestial navigation. In his mid-20s, Miguel joined the Portuguese fleet, where he sailed to East Africa, where he fought Egyptian ships in the Battle of Diu Malacca. In 1517, Magellan moved to Seville, Spain, and married Beatriz, the daughter of Diego Barbosa, and had a son. The Barbosas, who are now his in-laws, secured a meeting for Magellan with the Spanish court to discuss Magellan's idea of a voyage to sail westward to the Spice Islands. The expedition was financed and approved by King Charles I. In Morocco, Magellan was deeply wounded while serving. It left Magellan restricted and having a limp for the rest of his life. The injury not only left him disabled but also brought forth bad luck. After his dedication and services to his country of Portugal, he was no longer being provided for and was banned to ever work there. This was due to false accusations of trading illegally with the Moors. Magellan was inspired by Christopher Columbus's expedition of the New World and many other failed circumnavigations. He devised a plan to circumnavigate the Earth, which was approved by King Charles V of Spain. On September 20th, 1519, Magellan bid farewell to his wife and son, neither of whom he would ever see again, and he set out with a fleet of 5 ships with 270 men. The ships' names were the Trinidad, Magellan commanded the ship, the San Antonio, the Conception, the Victoria, and the Santiago. The ships were inadequate to sail the distances he proposed. In 1521, Magellan wrote,
"We were 3 months and 20 days without refreshment from any kind of fresh food. We ate biscuit, which was no longer biscuit but powder, swarming with worms, the rats having eaten all the good. It stank strongly of their urine. We drank yellow water already days putrid. We also ate certain ox hides that covered the top of the yards to prevent the yards from chafing the shrouds, and which had become exceedingly hard because of the sun, rain, and wind. We soaked them in the sea for 4 or 5 days, then placed them for a short time over the hot embers and ate them thus. And often we ate sawdust. Rats were sold for half a ducat apiece, and even so we could not always get them."
This shows that the voyage was not as pleasant as one might think it be. The first stop was to Brazil, then down to the coast of South America, to Patagonia, where one of the ships was wrecked. Due to Magellan's determination, he continued on with the remaining 4 vessels. In October 1520, Magellan entered the Strait of Magellan, which took them over a month to pass. The name of this path is very deceiving because the Strait of Magellan is in fact nothing short of a maze. The actual meaning of strait is a narrow passage of water connecting 2 seas. It is a 350-mile passage between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, located in South America. While they tried to make their way through the Strait of Magellan, one of the ship's masters deserted and sailed back home. Therefore, Magellan was now left with 3 ships to continue his voyage of circumnavigating the globe. Ferdinand and his remaining crew took 38 days to reach the Pacific Ocean. Due to its calm waters compared to the strait, Magellan named it Mar Pacifico. When landing in Cebu, Magellan started converting the people to Christianity. The Cebuyan king had converted while other groups of people did not. This caused problems in the population and resulted in a battle between the Cebuyan king and another group with the name of Mactans. The Cebuyan king asked Magellan to join his attack against the Mactans, and although his crew members were not for it, Magellan decided to go along with it anyway. Magellan overlooked his crew members' advice and went to battle with the Mactans, thinking his European weapons could overtake them. But Magellan was struck and killed from the wound of a poisoned arrow in April 27, 1521. At this time, the Conception was burned due to not enough men to manage the ship. Sebastian del Cano, a former mutineer, was now in charge of the 2 remaining ships. As the ships set sail to Spain, a Portuguese ship attacked the Trinidad. It needed repair, so it stayed behind but ended up shipwrecked. As the Victoria continued the voyage, it departed to Spain on September 1522. The Victoria was the first ship to make it all the way around the world. The voyage started with 270 men and 5 ships, yet returned with only 1 ship and 18 survivors. This proved to everyone that the earth is round. Since Magellan passed away almost halfway through, he only deserves partial credit.